In this lesson, we will be going over property tax. So property tax is paid by anyone who owns a property, most generally when you own a home, and it goes towards municipal governments. So it goes towards things like roads, improving sidewalks, police, fire, ambulance, and it also goes towards education. So when you own property in a certain area, some of your property taxes will go towards funding the schools in your area. Now, the value of the buildings and land that you own is called the assessed value. So this means that your house and the land that it's on has a value, and that's the assessed value. Now, you only have to pay property tax on a portion of that property that you own, and this is called the portion percentage. So to calculate the portioned assessment, so the value that you're going to be taxed on, you take the assessed value of your house, so that could be $200,000, and you multiply it by the portion percentage. Remember, we always want to use this percentage as a decimal. So you will be given a percentage, you're going to figure out the percentage of your assessed value. Then you're going to calculate the property tax using the mill rate. So this rate means per 1,000. So basically a mill rate is an amount you're going to pay per 1,000. And you will multiply that mill rate divided by 1,000 times that portioned assessment, so that portion of your home value. So let's do an example. Example number 1 says Carrie has a house and land worth $250,000. The portion percentage is 45% and the municipal tax is 38 mils. So first it wants you to calculate the portioned assessment. This means the portion of the home that she will be taxed on. So to calculate that, we take the assessed value times the portioned percentage. So the portioned assessment will be equal to 250,000 times 45% as a decimal, 0.45. So that gives us a value of 250 times 0.45 is $112,500. So that's the value in her home that she's going to be taxed on. And then to calculate the municipal tax, the tax is equal to that value, the portioned assessment, times the mill rate over 1,000. So her tax is equal to 112,500 times the mill rate, and the mill rate is 38 over 1,000. So 112,500 times 38 over 1,000, and I put that in brackets. So her taxes will be $4,275, and that is annually, so every year. Now, you will also be charged for things called local improvements. So this is for things like sidewalks, roads, streetlights, sewer and water, etc. And you will be charged for these things based on how much of your property borders the road. So if you think about, for example, an average house, and you think about the width of the lot that that house sits on, or the part of the lot where it kind of runs along the sidewalk, that's called your frontage. And your local improvement tax will be based on that frontage. And to calculate, it's pretty simple. You're going to take your frontage, so however many feet your lot is, times the improvement cost. So if we look at example number 2, it says Tori has a home with 50 feet of frontage and the town charges him $1.25 per foot for sidewalk repairs and $1 per foot for lane oiling. Determine his local improvement tax. So in this case, his tax will be the frontage times these improvement amounts. And I'm just going to add them together. So $1.25 plus $1 would be $2.25. And when we multiply those times 50, $112.50. So when you're calculating the total tax bill for a property, you need to add both of these together. So example 3 says Adam owns a home in St. Anne with an assessed value of $150,000. It has a frontage of 75 feet. The portion percentage is 43%. The tax rate is 44 mils and the education tax rate is 21. So we're going to need both of those. And the local improvements include sewer improvements at $1.50 per foot and road resurfacing at $3 per foot. So when I go to calculate the tax bill, I'm going to need to do a few things. First, I need to calculate the portioned assessment. So I need to figure out what percentage of his house he's going to be assessed on. So we take 150,000 and we need to find 43% of it. So times 0.43. So $64,500. So that's the value that the taxes will be assessed on. Now for number 2, I need to calculate my municipal and education tax. So to do that, I'm going to take the portioned assessment and multiply it by the mill rate over 1,000. Now to make this a little bit simpler, I'm going to add these together. So 44 plus 21, that's 65 mils. And that way I can just do it in one step. So when I calculate that, we get municipal and education taxes of $4,192.50. And then the last thing that I need to do is the local improvement taxes, which are just the frontage, and his house has a frontage of 75 feet. So 75 feet times, here we've got $1.50 and $3. So together, that's $4.50. So $337.50 will go towards the local improvements. And then finally, we just need to calculate the total. I'm running out of room here. I'm going to write it over here. Step 4, the total is when we add the municipal and education tax plus the local improvement tax. So $4,192.50 plus $337.50. So altogether, $4,530. Now, in Manitoba, property owners get a tax credit that will be deducted from their property tax bill. So this is an amount that ends up being deducted from their total taxes owing. So every year when you get a tax bill, for example, this might be the total amount, and then you get a tax credit. So it's an amount that gets deducted off of your total. So when we're calculating those, what you're going to do is you're going to find your total taxes, and then you can just subtract that tax credit. So in example 4, we have a house that has a value of $45,000 and a 42% portion percentage. I'm going to start just by calculating that portioned assessment. So the portioned assessment is 450,000 times 0.42. Actually, just to save some space, I'm just going to write it over here. So $189,000. So that's the value that we're going to calculate the taxes on. The lot has 60 feet of frontage. The municipal mill rate is 13.01 mills, and there's a special lighting levy of $3.50 per foot of frontage. There's a provincial property tax credit of $650. So calculate the total taxes. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the municipal tax. So that's the portioned assessment times the mill rate, 1301 over 1,000. So $2,458.89 will be the municipal taxes. Then we'll do the improvements, or in this case, it's a special levy, calculated the same way. So we've got 60 feet of frontage at $3.50 per foot. So 60 times 350. So $210. And then we're going to find the total. So here's our municipal taxes, our improvement taxes. We're going to add those together. So $2458.89 plus $210, $2,668.89. And then the only other step we're going to add to this one compared to the last example is that we have a tax credit of $650. So finally, we're going to take the tax bill, which was $2,668.89, and we're going to subtract the credit. So the final taxes owing will be $2,018.89. This is the amount of tax that this homeowner would need to pay.